First gear, left foot on the clutch, right foot on the throttle, full throttle. Oh,
welcome back to the channel everyone. This is Vikram and in today's video I am going to drive that car that is a 1.2 liter Chevrolet Beat. So guys, as you can see, the key is very plain and basic as this is a 10-year-old car. And coming to the front aspect of the car, we have a very huge grille and the logo as well is very big. If I put the key beside the logo, you can get an idea how big the logo is. Coming to the headlamps, we have halogen headlamps along with halogen turn indicators. And this car doesn't have any fog lamps as such. Even the top end didn't come with fog lamps back then. And coming to the side profile of the car, it is a very compact car. As you can see, it is really compact from almost every aspect whatsoever. Coming to the tire size, this car runs on 155/70 R 14-inch wheels. Tire size is almost similar to Swift, first generation Swift. And you can see exposed suspension and all that stuff from this side. And as I said, it is compact from the side. And as this is an American brand, they have fuel lid on the right side, which is kind of an issue at fuel pumps. And coming to the rear aspect of the car, we have Beat badging on the right side and a not so big Chevy logo. This is not as big as what we have on the front. And this is a very long Chevrolet badging over here. And tail lamps kind of look sporty, at least to me. Lower half of the rear bumper is finished in black to reduce the visual bulk. The car itself is very compact. There's no purpose in reducing the bulk, but they might have probably added this to give it some sporty appeal. As you can see, we have the exhaust on the left side and again a lot of exposed suspension bits. Looks almost similar from the other side as well. This is again a unique thing. Handles are placed in a weird position. That's my camera bag. So in the rear, space is not very congested as such. It gets the job done. As you can see, I have adequate legroom. The front seat is kind of all the way behind. As you can see, there's a lot of legroom for the co-passenger. So if the seat is in that position, I kind of have adequate legroom. And headroom as well is decent. I'm of Indian, average Indian height, not very tall. So tall people who are beyond 6 feet can be a little uncomfortable, but there's no claustrophobic feeling whatsoever because lot of window area, lot of airy feeling, but no headrest, which is kind of not disappointing considering this car's price. And the boot is not very big. It is actually a small boot. It can probably accommodate a couple of bags, nothing more than that. So let me get into the front seat of the car. The actual fun lies in the driver's seat. So when I open the front door, first thing that we notice is this fantastic instrument cluster. I'll come to that in a bit. So door pocket, not so huge. A half-liter bottle will be comfortable there. Nothing beyond that. And power window switches and all that stuff. Manual adjustment for the ORVMs. I would expect nothing more than that in this car. So let me quickly put the key in its slot. So this is how the instrument cluster looks like. On the left side we have a speedometer and on the right side we have an MID, inside which we have tachometer. Trust me, this car revs all the way till 6,500 RPM, which I will show you guys in a bit. Not so much information on this cluster as such, just a couple of trip meters and fuel gauge and nothing more than that. So dashboard doesn't look very boring as such. This is kind of sporty to me. In the center we have AC vents and 4 of them, round vents on at the edge and square vents in the center of the center console or dashboard, under which we have an aftermarket infotainment system or an aftermarket audio player. And these are the AC controls. Trust me, AC is very nice in this car because of the small cabin and decent sized glove box with some good quality owner's manual. Rat sated probably. And same on the other side door as well, but legroom is really very nice in the front. And in the center console we have a twin cup holders and some cubby hole kind of thing over here, and this is some regular gear knob with this funky thing. I don't know what to call it. And we have a regular handbrake over here. But trust me, the quality of parts is very nice. This is actually a 10-year-old car, 2014. Even though the panels are very sturdy, there's no panel gaps, no sounds. The car is in fact, it is well maintained. But even though it is well maintained, cars of this age should have some wear and tear. But this is of some good quality. So guys, I am right now sitting in the driving seat of the Chevy Beat. Let me buckle up and handbrake down into first gear. Launch. This is actually aggressive during launches because it has got some good initial punch. This car doesn't have any lag whatsoever. This runs on a 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine, 1.2 liter. The Beat initially used to come with a 3-cylinder engine, but this is a 4-cylinder. But unlike other small 4-cylinder engines, this doesn't have any lag whatsoever. This car actually produces somewhere close to 80-85 bhp and 105 Newton meters of torque, which may not sound that big on paper, but for a car of this size and this weight, that is actually more than enough. So this car has some good feel to it. My favorite aspect about this car is its handling. This car is very sharp. So steering wheel doesn't have very good feel as such, but the feedback is very good from this wheel. So whenever you point it in certain direction and throttle, it shoots. That is how sharp the car is. And suspension is stiff. It is not very soft as such. It is not comfortable, but it has got some fantastic handling. That is my favorite aspect about this car. The steering and handling. And coming to the power, the pickup, whenever you throttle the car, it responds. It's not like very instant like any turbocharged or anything like that, but it is kind of fun. This is actually a small car. It is very compact car. So for a car of this size, it is very agile. And initially when I saw the Beat, because of its shape, it is actually tall in this direction and not so wide as such. So I thought there would be a lot of body roll, but because of that suspension calibration or for some other reasons, that chassis and all, it is not soggy, or it doesn't have any body roll as such. This is very sharp in terms of handling. Whenever you want to change the lanes, you just do this and that sharp it is. No body roll, no that bouncy feel, or no sogginess or slack in the steering wheel. So it is kind of good to drive. It is fun to drive. It's not fast, it is not very fast, but it is fun to drive. If you know how to enjoy this car, you can definitely enjoy it. As I said, it is kind of punchy. Whenever you throttle the car in second and third gears, it spins its wheels at times. So it is a fun to drive car. Coming to the power, as I said, it's 80 bhp, not very high. I have plans of tuning this car. So if any of you have any idea where I can get a good, suitable ECU for this car, feel free to comment in the comment section below. And sound. This car has a very good inline-4 symphony. It sounds like a superbike, not like a car, but like a superbike, because this is a small engine, 4-cylinder, 4 headers coming out of the manifold. Probably that creates some kind of symphony, which is smooth. So in lower RPM, something like 1500, it is silent. It is very silent. But once you cross that 1600 RPM, this car, it kind of shouts, and it has got that beautiful inline-4 symphony. It kind of sounds like an S1000RR with stock exhaust. I wouldn't say it has got a good exhaust note, but I would say this has some good engine note. If I install something like an aftermarket exhaust, then I am sure this sounds like a hooligan. And taking U-turns is not at all an issue because of the length of this car. It's a very short car, and steering is kind of heavy, not very heavy. At the same time, it's not very light, but it is kind of fun to drive. As you can see, if I rev the car, this thing revs all the way till 6,500 RPM. And if you can hear that, the symphony is crazy. That inline 4-cylinder symphony is crazy. This car, it feels like a bike on 4 wheels. To be precise, this really feels like a motorcycle on 4 wheels. First thing, because of that cluster, it's got a bike-like cluster, and that sound. It really sounds like a, 4-cylinder bike. Something like an S1000, as I said. The old S1000 RR. So whenever you want to make quick overtakes, no problem whatsoever. Just downshift and rev. This has got that punch. And at corners, this is really fun. I have driven this car on ghats where I really had some good fun. So if we stiffen up the suspension a little bit and then add a couple of strut braces in the hood and probably in the boot of the car, then this would be even stiffer and even more fun to drive. So that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really am having fun with this car. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for some fantastic and cool content. See you in the next video real soon. Until then, this is Vikram signing off.